Who do you like days 2 and even a little bit later? Who are some guys that are names to listen out for that you think fit with what the Browns want to do and would be valuable for the Browns defense? Yeah, we can do offense
Well, they're
too.
going to look at yeah, certainly. Listen, there are going to be so many good options. If they're looking wide receiver in the second round, Elijah Moore, the kid from Ole Miss, is a really, really interesting target. I think he's a fun player. Not a big guy, but twitchy, can run. He's got a great route tree, does a ton of different things. I certainly think if they go corner in the second round and beyond, there's so many interesting prospects. Afeatu Melifonwu is a really good player. His brother played in the NFL for a little bit, but he's far more interesting target. Cornerback out of Syracuse, can really, really run. He's big. He's 6'2", long arms, can do a bunch of different things. Is not going to be physically dominated the line of scrimmage or overwhelmed by opposing wide receivers. Good traits, good athletic testing. I think he's a very interesting player in terms of the cornerback position. If you look safety, there's a ton of different guys. I like a kid with the last name Hafunga out of USC. It gives off a very good vibe of being a Troy Polamalu mold of USC safety. He's not nearly the player Troy is coming out of college, but a guy who can really run, can come up and play the run game without any fear. Is very instinctual, very sure tackler. Is a nice, interesting target there. A guy I'll continue to talk about, maybe not in the mock that I've done a ton of different mocks, so there could be any number of them. But Aleem McNeil, a kid out of NC State, a very big defensive tackle who is a wide body but can still rush a little bit from the inside while also being able to play the run game. So he's a very interesting target for them in terms of if they look interior defensive line just a little bit later than some might expect. So I could go on and on. There are a ton of guys that wide receivers that the list gets even longer. I mean, there's Daz Newsome, a kid from UNC, that could be a very interesting target. There's certainly there's the kid named with the last name, it's Josh Amaterbebe out of Illinois, who jumped a 46.5-inch vertical today at 200 plus pounds. So Nico Collins, teammate of Michigan's Donovan Peoples-Jones, who we know in Cleveland is a very good wide receiver prospect too, tested extremely well. So the good thing is, I'll leave it with this. The positions the Browns need most are several of the ones that are the most deep in this draft. So I have a hard time envisioning with the picks that they have in the top 100 here, and even the pick 110. So they have, I think, 6 picks in the first 4 rounds. They have a real chance to certainly upgrade at the positions that they need to upgrade to kind of raise the floor of this team and accelerate any weaknesses being kind of taken off the field. So I'm excited about that. But I will also tell Browns fans to not be discouraged if they trade down and kind of pad their future picks as well. They could certainly look to put off. I don't know if there are 9 roster spots to be had here. There could be less than that. So they might view it as, we want to bring in 7 rookies, so maybe we'll trade one of our extra thirds to get a second next year or something along those lines, because you got to understand the Browns are now in the position to win long term. Like, they're, as the status quo, they can win long term right now, but they also have to keep a consistent eye on the future and what could be coming down the line with roster turnover at the wide receiver position, roster turnover at the defensive tackle position. So a lot of that stuff is at play. You get the big dogs like Miles, Denzel, Baker, Nick, among some others, and then you build around them and you stay flexible around those guys so that you can always bring in young talent on rookie contracts, but you're also not tying yourself to any terrible long-term deal. So it's a completely new way of thinking for Browns fans, and I would just be excited about where this is going, because they have a really good opportunity in this draft, and they also have a really good opportunity to kind of pad themselves in the future too.